Hey guys, my name is Tianan Nguyen, and today I'll be showing you how to set up your own at-home recording studio. One thing that I want to emphasize is that you don't need a wide budget or the most expensive gear to start making your own music. So today I want to just go over the essential gear that you'll need and also the process of setting everything up so you can start your own projects. The first thing that you'll need to think about is a DAW. That stands for a digital audio workstation. I prefer using Logic Pro. However, if you have a MacBook, you could use GarageBand that comes for free on your MacBook. Whenever I started making music in high school, I used Audacity. I had a Lenovo and it's also for free. There are also cloud-based DAWs. Basically, every team member or everyone that you choose to collaborate with can go on the project and work on it simultaneously. It has all of the same features as GarageBand, Logic, Ableton, etc. It's just a little bit easier to navigate for a beginner or producer. So Soundtrap and BandLab, those are the two cloud-based DAWs that I would recommend for beginner users. Second of all, you're going to need to think about obtaining an interface. So an interface is basically something to just connect to all of your gear, like all of your microphone or your instruments, into your computer, so then you can start playing in a DAW system. Personally, in my setup, I use a PreSonus Audio Box i2. Usually I record guitar with this. I use it to record vocals. It's very handy. It's also really easy to navigate. As a beginner, this is what I used. This is a little bit steep in budget, so maybe this might not be the best recommendation for those who are trying to stay in a certain budget. This costs around $130, $140. Another audio interface that I would recommend for beginners is the Behringer UM2. That's around $40. It's substantially a lot less pricier than a lot of the interfaces that you'll commonly see people use. However, it works just the same, really good for beginners, and is also really easy to navigate. So now I want to talk about microphones. Microphones is just going to depend on what instrument you are or what vocal style that you will be using. So basically, microphones are split up into two categories, which are dynamic and condenser. Condenser microphones pick up really precise and clean sounds, basically used for dry vocal stems, commonly used in a recording setting. However, diaphragm microphones, this one right here, this is the Shure SM58, this is what you'll see commonly in live performances. It works best in loud settings. As a singer, I did not buy the microphone as an intention to start doing at-home recordings. And so when I bought this microphone, I was predominantly just doing live performances, and so I just use a dynamic microphone to record most of my vocal tracks. For my budget personally, I am sticking with a dynamic microphone for the time being. However, if you are looking to do a at-home recording studio that's good for just solely that purpose, I would recommend using a large diaphragm condenser microphone. If you are a beginner and you are just solely thinking about recording, I would recommend the Behringer C1U. This microphone is around $60. It's substantially way cheaper than other microphones. This one you'll be able to hook up into your interface. Another one that I've seen commonly is the Blue Yeti. This one is just a USB microphone, and so you'll just be able to plug it straight into your laptop without an interface. And another condenser microphone that I would highly recommend is the Audio-Technica AT2010. So that one of my friends uses, and we've used it during a lot of our demo recording. It gets the job done. It doesn't really sound much different from a dynamic microphone. Once again, as long as you're able to get really clean audio files down into your DAW system, that's what matters at the end of the day. Next, you're gonna wanna be able to hear whatever you are making. So in this case, you'll want to think about monitors or headphones. Personally, I just use headphones to mix, master, and record everything. Again, Most of my recording studio is just using gear that I already had at home. Don't need to have fancy equipment or anything. This one here is the JVC HA RX 330, right? So this is ranging around $20 or something like that. I've had it around for a while. Other brands that are also honorable mentions are again Audio-Technica and Sennheiser. What you'll want to consider with headphones is how bright each headphone is. So Audio-Technica, usually whenever their sounds are playing back, they're a lot brighter, and so you won't be able to hear much of the bass. However, with my JVC headphones right here, you'll hear a lot of bass. And so whenever I'm mixing, for example, I hear a lot of bass and not a lot of highs. However, it shouldn't matter that much if you are just beginning and just trying to get a feel for what is right for you. Again, it's just on the genre you want to make, what instrumentation, what budget. Okay, so now lastly, you'll need cables. This right here is an XLR cable. I use this to connect my microphone into my interface. If you're performing live, you also use this basically just to connect all of your microphones to a certain piece of equipment. And so wire care is important. Everyone say it with me, wire care is important. When I started doing music, I did not listen to this. I just simply, this is a no-no. This is such a big no-no, because in a couple of years down the line, all of your wires are suddenly not going to work. It's suddenly going to break. But if you take care of it, these can last longer and you'll be saving a lot of money. Basically, what you want to do is you want to take this end in your right hand, and with your left hand, you just pinch the wire and rotate it to where you'll have a loop, right? So by pinching it, you're basically following the direction of where the wire wants to go, right? And the loop size, you want to be able to put your face through it, basically. Can't be too small, can't be too big. So you'll just do that again, pinch it, rotate, pinch it, rotate. So eventually you'll have something like this, and when you set it down, it'll stay put. You can't see it right now, but it is staying put. It doesn't unravel, it's very stable. Basically because we did what the wire wants to do. It's happy, it's healthy, not bent, cleanly wrapped. So this is an XLR cable, and this is a USB cable. This is a type A to type B USB cable. That is a tongue twister. Type A to type B USB cable. Yes, and so I use this to connect my interface to my laptop. And if you are a MacBook Pro user, you'll probably need an adapter. You'll probably need a USB-C adapter for that. For your headphones, for any user, you're most likely going to need a 1/4-inch adapter to plug in your headphones to your interface. All right, so optional things that you might want to invest in that are very helpful is one, a mic stand, which is behind me right there. I also have a pop filter on this. Pop filters are very good to invest in, especially if you are a vocalist, because this gets rid of your plosives. See, whenever I said plosives, has that P sound, right? And so whenever you're using this, it blocks out all of that noise. And the last thing that is optional that you can invest in is an isolation booth. It's basically just a round panning of sound panels that basically make your vocal stems sound dry. This can be very costly, but if you're willing to invest in a good environment to record in, then an isolation booth might be what you need. I don't have that because where I usually record is my friend's house, and he has a walk-in closet. A good tip that I'll give to everyone: if you have a walk-in closet, use it. Use it. Whenever you're recording, you want to make your environment the least reflective that it can be. If you have a walk-in closet, go ahead, leave all the clothes in there, put your mic stand in there, or just go in with your microphone. Record all of your vocal stems in there, and you'll notice a big difference from when you're recording, let's say in this room, right? I have a mirror right there, all of my walls are not covered by anything, all that sound is bouncing back at me and into my microphone and into my recordings. Again, this is all just works for you. I want to reiterate that everyone starts at their own place. Not everyone has to have the same recording equipment to have good vocal or just recording stems in general. Now I'll be showing you how I set up my personal recording studio and also show you basic navigation in a DAW system to get you started on recording. Hey guys, it is the next day. I did an outfit change and now I'm going to show you my recording studio. I usually set this up in a walk-in closet, or I put blankets on the walls. However, if I'm just going to show you my setup, I'm just going to do it in this area for today, just for the sake of the video. So I have my mic stand here and I have my microphone connected to it. You want to raise the mic stand to where your mouth is, so you're not like slouching, or just wherever you're comfortable with the mic position at your mouth. And then you're just gonna wrap your cable nice and neatly so then you don't trip over it. Secondly, I'm going to show you my interface. So this is the XLR cable that's connected to the microphone right now, and this is the cable that is connected to the headphones. You see that I have an adapter here. This is the 1/4" adapter you'll be using for your headphones. And you see if I turn my interface to the back, I am using, this is the Type B side of the USB cable. I am plugging this into the interface and the Type A portion into my laptop. This is the adapter that I was talking about that you might need if you are a MacBook user. This is the USB-C adapter. Alright, so for the demonstration portion of this video, I'm just going to be using GarageBand. As I've mentioned before, this DAW comes for free for MacBook users. So you're just going to go in and click an empty project. Alright, and this pop-up menu should come up. You're just going to click on audio and create. Now, essentially what you want to do is check that your interface is connected to your laptop. You go in GarageBand, Preferences, Audio/MIDI, and you see here that my PreSonus audio box is already connected. Okay, so whenever you're recording, you're going to want to be able to hear yourself. So you click on this. This is your input monitoring. You can hear my voice now. Depending on if you're recording with an accompaniment or with other vocal tracks, etc. You can choose to have a click track or not. For sake of narration, I'm not going to have a click track. When you are ready to start recording, you go ahead and click this, the record button. Alright, this is my narration. I am recording. This is a test. Test, check, 1, 2, 3. Alright, click stop. You could also click R on your keyboard and that will record for you. It's a shortcut. One thing that you want to keep in mind whenever you're setting up your microphone to record is gain levels. So gain levels will depend on how close you are to the mic, what your singing style is, and how loud you are. If you are a loud singer, you might need to set your gain level down a little bit, and vice versa. Essentially, you do not want to reach over 0 decibels, which is right here, or you'll start to clip. Clipping essentially is when you're done recording, it'll save very distorted, and it'll basically ruin all of your audio files. Alright, so when you're ready to save, just go ahead and go into File, Save As. I'm just going to do this audio demonstration. Save. And that's it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. All of the products and equipment that I mentioned in the video are going to be in the description box below. Please remember that when you're starting music, you do not need to have all the fanciest equipment. You don't need to have all this music theory knowledge. All you need to do is just have fun with it. So again, thank you so much for watching. Just have fun with it, and I hope I was able to help in some way.